cloudy flow.
Yeah, sorry, that took some time. I had issues with the Windows, but today we are getting back to Halfsword. Back to Halfsword, the original. Back to Halfsword, the demo. And the reason why we had to get back to this is because this feels different. This just feels different. The movement is different. The weapon handling is different. But what felt good? On yesterday's stream we tried a bit of this. Only a bit. Like 15 minutes. Just to think of what to do on this day's stream. And immediately I noticed that one thing that was better in this was that the weapons actually feel sharp. Like I didn't talk about it yet yesterday, but blocking feels good. Hard but good. And weapons feel really sharp. So like, it's kind of hard to explain how they feel sharp, but in early access, the impact is way more impactful, right? Like it hits hard. And the sharp weapons sort of are not as sharp as in this, but it's done with the impact so that they penetrate the opponent. Oh my. So the way the computer reacts in this will actually be harder. But it's like they made a trade-off on the sharpness of the weapons to make impact. Like, if you use some sharp weapon in the early access and you place it right next to the opponent, you can sort of feel that if you press it against the opponent, it doesn't go through the skin. But if you do a slight movement, it at some point will do a huge impact and go through the enemy. So it's like a workaround they made, which is a trade-off from sharp weapons, but makes the blunt weapons feel way better. So the blunt weapons in this, I haven't yet tried, but in the early access the blunt weapons felt incredibly good. So I would expect that... let's just go. I want to try right away. Let's take a blunt weapon and see how it feels. Yeah. So far the impacts don't feel like anything. I feel like pushing with the blunt weapon is better than hitting with the blunt weapon. Maybe if I hit perfectly to the head. Yeah.
Have mercy on me. I spared
That final hit was good. But I would say the blunt... Hey! What up, Antonio? I would say the blunt weapons just feel way better in the early access. But the sharp weapons, I would say, feel better on this one. Like, they feel sharper in this one. I think they've done like a compromise. They've added sort of skin toughness. Like the skin can't be harmed that easily. But they've made the impact like way higher to bypass the skin toughness. I think there's a balancing stuff like that which makes the difference in how the weapons feel. But there's also something else, like the weapon handling. The weapon handles differently in this. So it might be like weapon weight based stuff too. But it just feels very different, like somehow similar but somehow completely different. I didn't remember it's this much different. But it is really different. I want to get to the Baron challenge and do that again, because that used to be my favorite content. I liked Baron challenge a lot. Like my favorite piece of content in this game. But it did have the fatal error issues. Also, there's something about accuracy. Like, maybe the accuracy is different. I didn't used to be that inaccurate in this. Like, I can easily attack the hand once they stab. But now I'm missing the hand. Trying to hit the hand as he stabs. There we go. Somehow the movement, I don't know why, but like, it might be that I have more hours in this than I have in early access. But I am way more used to this movement. This movement feels like the correct movement for me. It's easier for me to know where my legs are going and control the character. Like the early access is more leaning. Like it's leaning with the weight. And this feels more like it's moving on the legs than leaning. Like the early access somehow leans and then balances on the legs, while this... There is slight feeling of leaning in this too. But I think this feels more like pushing with the legs. No. It's hard to say. The movement does feel different. You're actually back on Half-Sword demo. Yes, I am back on Half-Sword demo for this day. I want to compare. Like, obviously there's differences in this, but I want to really make sense of this. Because yesterday when I was testing the boss world in Abyss, it felt incredible. It felt incredible, and also the sky felt sharp, unlike in the early access. So I wanted to get down to this and, you know, really compare. I used to like these falchions the most in the demo, so let's test. They haven't been that cool in the early access. So I want to test what this was about. And the stances go way easier on this. I don't know the impact does make the blocking feel different. Like the stances work better on this one. Like I can do the block stances nicely like there. But the impact does make the blocks feel more rewarding. The early access impact. It makes the blocks feel like they really hit the weapon. Missed the block there. Well, the block circle in this feels bigger than in the demo, in the early access. Maybe that's why it's easier to switch the stances. Yeah, like in early access when you parry, enemy weapon bounces off of your weapon way more. It might be more relevant once we get to bigger weapons. Oh. That was a fast stab. Dude, the stabs are insanely hard to block in this. 2 times in a row. I tried to block these stabs. And it's just insanely fast. Early access stabs are... They are like pushing in water compared to this fast stab in this. I need to get back to stabbing myself too. Is there a stabbing weapon? There is. No! I failed the block. Dude. We'll run around a bit so we get healed. Could already be healed. I'm going to switch hands. Oh, nope, not yet. There we go. Like, I don't know. It does feel better to parry in this somehow. But it might be that I still have way more hours in this than I have in the early access. Oh my god. Almost choked. The stabbing feels way more accurate. I need to get into stabbing weapons in the early access to learn them. Should probably do a short spear run. I need to get back into this. Because this is a good weapon. Like, it forces you to make cool fights. Because it's short, you have to make parries. And it's like a cool weapon. It's a really cool weapon. I'm going to get to the boss. I want to feel the hard boss. Man, the long swords are so dangerous in this. They are so dangerous. I'm afraid of trying to parry it. It's insanely fast. And sharp. No way, the stabs are so fast in this. So fast, so accurate. Like, the early access has made me really lazy on reacting to the stabs. I now notice it. Dude. Not the best start for this. Yeah, the blocking impact. It feels nice in the blocking, the impacts on early access.
Mercy, good. No! For sure, I am at thy mercy.
I'll take this one. The impact system is a huge trade-off. Like, it makes some things really cool and some things weird. Like, the blunt damage, even on armor, in the early access feel like it really hits the enemy. The impact is so clear. And this is kind of soft. But that wasn't soft. But still soft compared to the early access. The weapon handling, this is just the weapon handling I'm still used to. I'm more used to this. Even after the playing for early access for like a month, I'm still more used to this. Like the way this blocks. Hmm.
They had got my plea.
Like that felt incredibly good. I'm going to try the pitchfork on this rank. I feel like the longswords are so hard. They were not hard enemies back when I was on this demo. Like, these are the most common enemies. Hmm. This doesn't handle as well as the boss weapon. Also, the ability to switch your weapon with the enemy weapon in early access, that just for the gameplay makes it very different in a nice way. But in Baron Challenge we get to that same mechanic. I'm going to play with this one. Need to be so ready for the stab, it's insanely fast. Can I even block this weapon? I can't. And it only needs to touch me. Okay. Hmm. It's like the sword is so sharp and heavy that he can push through my block and just slightly touch me and win the fight. Which is not that cool.
Let not thy hand be heavy upon me. I cry thee mercy.
Some of the accuracy too, but I am injured now, so the accuracy is not that good. Hmm. But the Abyss is so much better in this. Like, this Abyss is infinitely better than the early access Abyss. Also, the long axe feels like it's underwater in this compared to how it feels in early access. I do like the movement in this more. Oh my god, I lost a hand. A lighter weapon would be nice. Can I recover enough to use this weapon? Do I just need to kick? I think I need to just kick. He'll get me on ground, so if this goes on. Yeah, I lost. Okay. I think we skip the third boss by using the pitchfork. And then we get to use the hook, which was my favorite weapon on this one. And get to the bottom that way.
Let us parley then rather than perish.
So I'm going to do like the speedrun method until militia.
I cry thee
Hold on,
mercy.
peace, for violence are not bad.
The headbutts are kind of ridiculous in this. Like, he didn't... But that's not... like, the impact should work against that. There's so much different balancing going on in the early access compared to this. I feel like they wanted to make some things more consistent.
Seeking we a crowd for our people.
I feel like that's the thing here.
Scotch hooks. Auf.
I do remember inconsistencies with the pitchfork. Where sometimes it feels sharper, and sometimes it feels like it doesn't really... like it sometimes bounces off the enemies. That's the move I've been doing on the Skite guide. Like, dive on the right and then go stab. The long swords are so hard on a short weapon in this. It feels so fast. Like, in a way, early access feels faster, but it's weird. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Good sire.
Like this sword handles incredibly well. I like how this handles. And it used to feel like it handles hard, but now it doesn't. Like the early access, this feels more like the large swords in early access. Why did he lose a foot from the ankle? Okay, so my favorite weapon in this was the hook. Let's go try it out.
Varlet.
It does feel like this is the handling I'm used to. Like early access attacks on the hook feel like I'm doing them against the wind.
Have mercy on me. I spare belief.
In a weird way.
Thank God. Nein!
I wouldn't say the accuracy is...
Thy
Maybe
driver
it's...
is proved.
Hmm.
The na- Louster.
It's hard to say about the accuracy, it just feels different, it doesn't feel like this is less accurate. I think like... It's way easier to hit the throat on this. Like this is... But it might be that I'm used to this more than I'm used to the one on the early access. It just goes easily to the throat. Every hit. Look. Always near the throat. While on the early access it sometimes goes even to like lower body.
Let reason rule and wear rage.
Now this guy we fight with the chest hit. Chest and legs.
Edgeborn.
Missed the chest there. I do like the bosses in this. Like the champions in early access don't feel that special. Like these feel way more special. No way. These feel way more special. That's the nice thing in this. Like the champions in early access just feel random generated. They don't really feel like... One more rank with the hook. Then we go halber. I want to hit the throats nicely here. Like this feels so much sharper than the hook in early access. So much sharper. I should give up.
Of God, do me no harm, but let me live. I can...
I like that hook pulling mechanic in this. He's going to die.
Pray, let unharmed.
Like the right click
Mercy on
pull.
me. I still believe. Let not.
Let us sharpen our swords.
It works so much better in this environment than the early access. What?
Mercy,
We
good
seek in
sire.
no quarrel with thee.
That was unnecessarily big plant damage. And that did go through the... Like, those don't happen that much in the early access. Like, in this you can sometimes slice through the neck armor like it's nothing. In early access it doesn't happen as much. It does feel more consistent.
Speaking we of terms.
I think they like added more numbers on the impact. This is, yeah. Go to the groin.
Buffoon!
This was the best blunt damage in the game.
Let cooler Havdas prevail on this day.
Veteran, let's go for the halber. The halber feels really different in the demo. Also, it doesn't have this halber. This halber doesn't exist in early access at all. I don't know, I do like the accuracy in this. You know, it could be that I still have way more hours in this. But it just feels so accurate compared to the early access. Feels like the player models are bigger in this. And there's like more points to attack. Feels so accurate.
Too much hath been lost. Why loss and more?
It feels incredibly accurate.
Squandrel!
But that squatting there. Can I charge a kick in this?
Do me no harm, but let me live. For sure, I am at thy mercy.
Thy
No!
bravery is proved. None.
I don't know. I'm going to test the blunt damage on this guy.
We seek in the
Okay, that-
quarrel with thee, nigh the kin.
I do feel like the blunt damage in this is better with the halberd than with the blunt weapons. My pole axe doesn't do as much blunt damage as the halberd.
For violence are net.
Pole axes are way better feeling in early access. The accuracy of these halberds in this.
Consider, ere the battalion joineth the crosses of Bother Osiris.
That was a long speech. There's not really that interesting weapons here. Maybe some pole axe. It just gives the axe like pole axe. We want blunt weapon. Let's go with this. I'm going to try to hit the shoulder. It's so accurate. Like this accuracy compared to the early access accuracy. Where I've been missing. We go to throat. I've been missing this accuracy. Every hit goes right where I try them to go. Well, that went to the throat armor and not the face, but it's like only a small miss. Ooh, okay. So early access accuracy to an opponent in ground is better.
Speaking we of terms, not of swearing.
So this probably has like it might be the elevation in early access demanding different sort of accuracy. And because this is all flat ground, it feels better with this. No.
Mercy, good sire. Let not thy hand be heavy upon me.
Coward!
That felt way too accurate. Did it really go under the helmet? Like just where I was looking and trying to hit. Ah, it's weird. The halberd is so good in this. But is the halberd OP in this? Kinda is.
What gain is there in bloodshed?
Mercy.
Yeah, this now I have this feeling that I used to have in this game, which was like, if I want easy mode, I will play with the halber. Weapons are way more balanced in early access.
Might we not finden a path up? Rauchen!
No!
Fighting an enemy that is on ground is better on early access.
Let me go ahead.
So I would say the axis-based accuracy works differently in this and early access. There's been some weird changes that they haven't really talked of. And the huge trade-off on sharp weapons and blunt weapons. Ah. I thought I would die before give up, but I guess I got lucky. It would have been kind of dull to start over at this point. So thank you, Half Sword. It's a really dangerous word, man. The playstyle is different in this. You do have to play differently. They are really different games.
Let reason rule and where rage might rank.
But the halber is... Well, I don't know. If you hit the head with the... it's hard to say if the halber is OP. I'm going to kill the Golden Grey champion before I go to the Baron challenge. Just to compare it. Now I want more of this armors fight.
For our people's sake.
I'm going to try with the poleaxe to compare it. Oh, this mace was also nice. Let's try. It doesn't handle as well as early access. Attacking an enemy in ground on this is... Do I have to tilt the camera all the way? Yeah, I have to tilt the camera all the way too. Yeah, it's like the accuracy in this is like there's many points in the middle of the screen and not as much on the higher and lower ends. While in the early access is fruit fly. I need to let my plant dry. I have the plant here. If you water the plants too often, you get fruit flies. There's one fruit fly here. Not nice. They are horrible menace. Yeah. It takes getting used to. Let's try the poleaxe. The mace is good in this. Like, obviously it's good. But we go with poleaxe next. Yeah. Poleaxe in demo doesn't really feel good after playing early access. Like, this feels like it's soft. It didn't used to be like they nerfed this at one point. But I did make a video out of the big one-hit KOs on this weapon before that nerf.
Thy bravery
Let
is
not
proven.
thy hand be
Like a
heavy
YouTube
upon
short. Poleaxe is not as good in this. I hit the head there, but it just didn't do anything.
What gain is there in blood spills?
Mercy, good
Okay, so
sir.
what weapon do... Let's use Halber for the Golden Grey champion. Okay, this guy is tall. He drops the blunt weapon insanely easy. But that sword is long. Sword is insanely long.
Eggard! By God's bones!
Hmm. Maybe I don't like how the blunt damage works in this one. But it is way more accurate. This accuracy feels incredible. Except when I'm trying to force a way too hard hit.
Thank God, my plea.
Let cooler
Hmm.
havens prevail on this day.
Grant me leave to live, for the love of...
Oh!
Oops.
Now, sir!
I do want to play on this rather than the dagger against this guy. Yeah, I don't know. I sort of like these long swords more. It just feels like this is how long swords are supposed to be. Well, that was bad. Okay. I couldn't get the weapon on my hands. Hmm. No. Okay. There is sort of that feeling that I'm like inside water in this game compared to the early access. I did like this axe a lot on this one too. Ah. Damn fruit fly exists. I probably should close the door so they don't go to other rooms too. That would be bad. No way. This axe feels really lightweight compared to how it feels in the early access. Hmm? Arms. Also lower legs. And gauntlets. Those I do need. Dude! No! I'm going to have to walk off the blunt damage on my head. We're not talking. Dude. Okay. I'm facing 3 poleaxes. With armors. While using an axe. This might not be good.
Now, sir.
Getting 1 down would be really good.
Darn.
I want your pauldrons, man. What? He died insanely easily, that was weird. Face mask. There's some... I would say the early access is way more consistent than this is. But there is still something that I'm trying to understand what it is that feels better in this. No! He got my hand badly. Maybe I should pick up a poleaxe. Nope. It doesn't feel similar to the early access where I pick up a poleaxe in a situation like this and it just outright mauls them even if they have armor, but I do get some of that feeling from them, like my armor doesn't really protect me. But then again, I don't know. Hey, the fruit fly. I need to close the door so they don't go to other rooms. I haven't seen more than one. But it's the start. If that goes to other rooms, it's going to be painful. Because in this room we only have 1 plant. But in other rooms we have a huge amount of plants. We have a lot of vegetation in this house. If that fly gets out of this room before I kill it, it might be a years-long battle, you know. I feel like this is better blunt damage than the poleaxe. I don't know why, like... Maybe that's a cool poleaxe though, it has the hook. Would be like a multi-tool in combat. Didn't find the armpit there. Don't think he had pauldrons. Right, the shoulder shield. It's not wearable in this. Let's try. Maybe this is better. It has the front spike also, like, this should be good in close combat. In many ways. I do need pauldrons, man. The final boss with his sword will just butcher me if I don't have pauldrons. No way. He didn't drop any. This is shorter guy. This is shorter than the one I faced. Get it under the arm. Didn't need.
For the love of God. Do me no harm.
I don't know, maybe I should have let him get up.
I am asking
Too much has
mercy.
been lost, while loss and more.
That was fun. I do like the Baron challenge. Baron challenge is sort of like the miniature version of progression in early access. Damn, yeah, the progression mode is good. It's really good. It is good. Especially if you do it like I've been doing, like only use what you pick up. Those are insanely nice runs. It's a really nice aspect to the game. Looting and insurance sort of makes it... I don't know, insurance is nice because then you don't have to back up the saves where you have something that you want to forever keep. But there should be an easy way to start a new save.
Have mercy on me.
From 0 money, 0 everything. And then it should be like, when you retire, there should be like separate 2 save. I got it. They should be separate. Like there should be a main save. In early access, there should be a main save. A main save is like a save that gets all the stuff you insure in every save. And separate saves are like saves where you don't have the insured stuff, you don't have the money. But once you retire, all that insured stuff and money goes to the main save.
Bear me kindness on the forbearance.
That's how it should work. Figure it out here. But this demo does feel nice to handle, man. At the end of this stream, we will have to go to early access and compare how early access feels after playing this. It's both ways. Getting up from ground in early access feels like you can handle the weapon nicely. Like you can nicely block while getting up. It does make you fall often, but it's... like if you don't have armor, it doesn't really make you fall that often, but it's nicely done. Being able to use your hands properly while getting up. Dude, you're dead.
Crikey!
Yes, we get the badge.
Darn! Dart! Zounds!
Oi. Keep missing the stab.
By God's bones! Swine!
Keep missing the stab though.
Blimey!
I cry thee mercy.
Yeah, I don't. When I get to early access, back to early access, I don't want to do the one life challenge anymore. I want to do like set weapon. Like I start with certain weapon and I'm doing one run with that weapon. That was a nice concept. And armors are pickup only.
Louster!
That was a nice concept.
Eggard!
Like learning different weapons.
Ragamuffin!
The amount of Skype usage in the early access has made me better using this Skype too. They are different in how they handle and how they damage the opponent, but it still has that feel that I've been using it more.
For the love of God, do me no harm, but let me live. Let not
Sword Spear would have been good if I got it earlier, but
God's
on the third boss I would rather have this. No! Got his eye nicely. I'm going to take the sword. That was nice. Lifts his head and slices his throat. Better helmet. No way. So what parts are we going to compare? Let's do a little more sword fighting.
Gosh! Dolt!
Like that does feel good. That feels incredibly good. Yeah, let's start from the swords. This is how we are used to, like everyone who played Half Sword demo for a long time. This is how we are used to fighting with the sword. Like this is how it used to be.
Lost!
I missed the block.
Darn! Buffoon!
I missed the block. Okay,
Coward!
some of the blocking in this is inconsistent. But it does feel like the blocking I am used to. No? Maybe it's just that I'm used to this and not that much that it would handle better. That damn fruit fly. Annoying the hell out of me. I should probably kill it. Where is it? There it is. It just knows when I'm going to attack. That's... I lost it. I might have got it. No. This is the sword fighting we are used to. And that might be the reason why the early access feels different. Well, the stabs, yeah. Yeah, okay, the stabs are... Man, are the stabs such a big problem in it? Let's go. We go early access now. We will probably go back and forth in this. There's also, let's address common feedback from a week ago that I haven't seen. Let's read that at some point. This is now... What do we have in free mode? Let's go. As you can see, the axe is way heavier in this. And this was the sword that handled the best, in my view. I should probably craft some new swords to try.
Turn envy from this path. Ere it.
Hmm.
Leuster! Cuckold! Wretch! Oh!
The stabbing, yeah, the stabbing is a problem.
Schnauzer! Stop!
You can't get a stab.
Gotch hooks!
Even when half swirling, the stabs feel like they are soft.
Merciful, schwei me keine.
Consider, ere the battalion joineth. Buffoon!
See what I mean? It doesn't really stab that well.
I got my plea, and thy godness grant me leave to live.
It doesn't really stab that well. The stabs are a huge problem.
Mangekur! Squandrel!
But this sword does handle well.
Coward!
If I just don't move it too fast. Now the poleaxe. This is obviously not a good example because it's very big poleaxe. But let's see. The impact is so different.
Let not thy hand be heavy upon me.
We seek no quarrel with thee,
No.
kin.
This feels way better. The poleaxe does feel way better. But is it OP?
What gain is there in bloodshed?
Maybe the poleaxe is a bit OP.
Dolt! Hellway! Blimey! Let reason rule and where rage might reign. Rauche! Hold in peace, for violence are naeth but woe.
Compare the halberd.
Let
It
us
does
par
do
leather rather than perish
some
them.
blunt damage. Why is it so weirdly good now?
What gain is there in blood spilt?
I need a fight where the throat is exposed so I can... Yeah, like this. I can try to be accurate. Yeah. So this is an issue with the halberd. When I try to be accurate in the same way as in the demo, I can't find the throat. I can just attack somewhere in the head, but attacking a throat in this
Too much hath been lost, while loss and
way harder than in the demo.
start. Crikey!
I can't find the throat. But attacking an enemy that's on the ground is way better on this. Like, way better. Yeah. What? Guess I would need to test the maze. I don't have a progression. How do I go to progression? What rank am I? I need to make a weapon. And I want to make a maze. On this medium one. Let's make like a... maze to compare on the demo mazes. Okay, this might be way too heavy. Yeah, this is way too heavy. This could be good. Let's test. We insure that and then we go to free play. What? Oh. Is this not gold? It is. Okay. The maze in the demo was feeling really good. Let's try first on militia. We'll have to try against a fully armored enemy later. I don't know, it doesn't handle that well. But it does do good damage. The impact does feel nice. Maybe it's just not a good maze.
Stein die Hand, good sire. Let us know. Swine!
Okay, that feels good. It feels really good when the maze hits. Compared to how it felt in the demo. Don't think this is usable on one hand. Yeah, this just feels insanely cool when it hits. The blunt weapons, I'd say the blunt weapons just feel insanely good on this early access compared to the demo. Man, I need some armor. Let's try one more, but then we have to take armor if it's like this. Okay, let's just take armor. This is going to be... Come on, take the armor away. This is it. Put this one on. That's the wrong arming doublet. This one. This one. Just put some arm guards. And we need upper legs too. Greaves? Why not? I'm gonna put the OG arming doublet. Why no Greaves? Huh? Oh, because yeah, okay. These are not upper legs. Though this. Where are the? These cuirasses, yes, nice. Okay, then breastplate and then we are ready. Here we go. Let's go fight. This is obviously heavier than the one in demo, so it's harder to handle. But once I find the head, it's sort of more similar to most weapons. The demo. I'd say the maze is the most similar, but the impact still feels so different because of all the screen shaking. Like there's this actual feel of impact. Also the block impact, that was like huge impact when I blocked it. But this fight style is so similar to demo, it's like... I do like the maze. Maybe if the character had like full strength it would be better. Yeah, I want to do the weapon specific runs on this rather than the one life challenge. I've been doing the one life challenge too much. We have to decide. Oh, but today is Friday. Today is Friday. So on weekend I might be streaming the Enshrouded with my wife. It's like a survival co-op game, sort of RPG at the same time. Like has insane skill tree and stuff like that. I've played it for 1 hour, a bit below, because my internet died when I was streaming it. But I just figured out how to build stuff in it, and then the internet froze. So I didn't really get into checking it out that much. But the fighting felt sort of Souls-like. So it's like Dark Souls combined with some games with insane skill trees. I don't really play that many, so... Like as a kid I played those sort of games. But some sort of skill tree game and then base building game. And it has a mode called survival, where if you die, you lose the whole character. That's always something that I'm interested in. I like games that have incorporated that sort of stuff. Like the One Life Challenge concept in early access. It's just something that interests me. So I'm probably going to stream that game on the weekend, but I can't say when, like as time of day, because you know me and wife, we have a kid, so it's the weekends we try to do sort of on the kid's schedule, like see what he wants to do and stuff. So there's like you know, today I don't know what she has planned, but it seemed like she has plans today. She will come from work in... Well, it's still 4 hours. Okay, it's still 4 hours, so I could probably still do something in the demo. I do feel like I want to play the early access. The demo is nice, it feels nice. But I think it's more nostalgia. And just being used to it. This, like, if you like remove all the emotion from the comparison, there's not much in the demo that is better. The longsword feels nicer. The stabs, that's better in demo. Like, if you say stabbing is not better in the demo, then you are delusional. Stabbing is way better in the demo. But it also might be that no, I have tried stabbing a lot. Like, sure, I haven't done stabbing weapons as one weapon setup runs yet, which might change some things, but overall I would say it's so similar to the demo. But there's like these filters and stuff that make things feel different. The lights.
Blimey!
But the blunt damage is so much better in this. I feel like they did the impact.
Have mercy
I'll
on me.
explain with this
I spared belief.
axe. So the impact. When I touch with the sharp point in the demo, it goes through the enemy. Man, okay, that was weird. When I touch with the sharp point in the demo, it goes through very easily. In this, it doesn't really go through unless I have force to it. And I think that might be the reason why the stabs don't work yet. Like the stab force, they need to make the stabs way bigger force. Because on a blunt weapon, the stab feels better. Like on the polearm. I don't know how the stab feels on this. Let's test. If the stab on this feels better than a sword stab, then it's 100% that issue. What does Alt do on this? Doesn't feel like it does anything. Yeah, so on poleaxe, when I'm half swording it, I can stab the enemy and make them fall. That feels incredibly good in this. It already was good in the demo, but in this it just works so consistently. So it's not all stabs being worse in this. But like when you stab with a sword or a spear in this, it feels incredibly inaccurate compared to the demo. And also when it's accurate, it doesn't really go through the enemy. It just you know, touches the chest. And it's not that good. So I'm interested in weapons such as, where is it? This. In weapons like this. And then learning the stabs as like a completely new mechanic. Trying to get to the armpit, see how that works. I got the throat nicely there. Like, I don't really know how to use the stabs on this. Like, if I just pressure with the blunt damage from far, it's going to be an easier fight, because at some point I'm going to hit the throat with a lot of force. And again, feels like I'm not using the weapon properly, because all the stab stuff doesn't really work that well. But when I test this on a weapon, on someone on the ground, it does go through them. Let's take an enemy without armor. Oh, sure. So the right click stabs do seem to work on a weapon like this. But that didn't. Like that works, right? But as soon as I try to stab normally, it just goes to the side so badly. It's like it doesn't really... It's so much better to use this as a halver. Oh, but this moveset, this is completely new on this game. There might be something to this. On, maybe not on this weapon, but on some weapon where it's... Let's go craft one more polearm I have an idea. If we take this is sort of like that. So we need a or this, like a something slightly between a sword and a spear. And then we make the mass incredibly low. One, two. So there's 3 modes to this. But they all show the hand similarly. Let's make it as small as possible and make the head big. And test this out. Because I want something that works similarly to the short spear in the demo. It's still kinda long. And slow. But it did do the face similarly to the demo. Now I'm trying to tap the head there. Goes so much to the right. If I put it all the way to the right, it still goes to the left. So I do have to stab like this to be accurate. And it still goes to the left. I will have to look to the right of the enemy to be able to stab them. Like this. I can't stab them. It goes too much to the left. I put it all the way to right. And it goes somewhat to the middle. On right click. But on left click, it's just like he has to block it to the... It's better to stab now than the normal ones are. It has to be really lightweight. It still works better as a halver. On the stick part, not that much damage. Let's test against someone with full armor. Because in the demo, the short spear is like, it handles incredibly well. Wait. Do we have the short spear in the market here? Because maybe the pole arm is not a spear. So maybe it's not a fair comparison to the demo. We need to get a actual spear here. Maybe I need to be lower rank for the spear to be more common. Because it's giving me the... Yeah, I'm going to make a smaller rank. What is arming sword? Yeah, maybe there's still stuff that we don't understand in this game. But I have seen the old school short spear in fights. I should have taken it and inserted it. It does seem like a rare weapon. Maybe I have it. I just don't remember. Nope. Oh, wait. Yeah, no spear. But there is the long spear and the short spear from demo in fights in this game, so they do exist. I just don't remember seeing them in the shop. We do need to somehow get the short spear. Maybe we just have to go to a fight then. Going to be so hard to hunt for some certain weapon in this game. Yeah. Yeah, not doing it. Not doing it today. So the demo. Oh, first, addressing common feedback from the Half-Sword community. Let's address some of the most common feedback we have received from our community since the release of Half-Sword into early access. Firstly, we would like to thank everyone playing, giving feedback and reviewing the game. We would not be where we are today without all the passionate support and feedback you have given us. Performance and optimization. We have seen a lot of feedback regarding performance and optimization since early access launch. We understand that performance issues can be frustrating and they directly affect the gameplay experience. We always iterate on our work and always will. Since we started our internal playtesting period with the select few we saw where we could improve, the feedback we received during this period was crucial for us understanding how we could improve the game. Now, let's see if much greater scale type of feedback with early access. Since the early access launch, our main focus has been performance and optimization. While we control as many variables as possible during the internal testing, public releases always introduce system configurations and conditions we cannot fully replicate beforehand. When new issues appear after updates, we work to identify and address them as quickly as possible. This has been an ongoing progress since the original each build released in 2022. Combat differences between the demo and early access. So that's the subject of today's stream. After development branch into early access and away from tech demo, the locomotion and combat systems have changed significantly. The player model operates as an unified dynamic physics system. Every new procedural animation such as creeps, stances or damage reactions introduces new variables that must be tested and rebalanced. Because of this, combat can feel different between updates. While the systems continue to evolve. An improvement in the controls on our end can sometimes feel like a massive change for players that are used to older mechanics. For us in development, the changes are gradual, but we understand the experience as a player. These can be much bigger changes one. Yeah. The tech demo was created to showcase early core mechanics, particularly the combat system. It was not intended to represent the final version of the game. We read all feedback and it helps guide development. Every part of the game is still a work in progress. Combat balance and weapons handling will continue to evolve as new features are added. And those additions will naturally require further advancement. So, like, they are still, yeah. Early access trailer content. The early access trailer was not intended to showcase everything that would be available on day one in early access. We wanted to tease little bit with what is to come in the future. Our work continues as we are excited to work on new stuff too. Thank you to everyone who has supported the game so far. Your support all allows us to continue development with full focus. Okay. As development continues, the final version of the game will differ from what has been shown previously, including early access trailer content that represented work in progress at the time. Some of the elements may change significantly as the game moves towards its full release. Yeah, I think the stabbing is an issue. Like, the way it works is like I have to put it as much to the right side of the screen as possible for it to somewhat go to the middle. And that obviously doesn't represent accuracy. It represents avoiding a problem. But in my mind, demo felt better. And when I got back to the demo, it felt... Let's open up the demo as we talk. So it felt incredibly good when I opened it up and tried it. It felt like I'm back to the way the game should be. But as I played more, obviously the blunt weapons are underwhelming in demo. They are nice when the enemy doesn't have armor. That's when the impact shows. But as soon as they have armor, it just feels like I don't even know if I hit them. Hit them soft or hard. And this is like... I'd say it's more about how gameplay feels. It's like the after effects, the screen shaking and stuff like that. Damage indicators. But those are like, I would say they are fluff. Like, they don't really address the actual mechanics of the game. They are just after effects that represent the damage. The player models feel somehow soft in this.
Crikey! Eggard!
Like, it feels like I'm underwater
For the love of God.
on the player model. While in the early access, some of the attacks feel like I'm fighting against a big wind. So I'm sort of under the water in my attacks with a heavy weapon on the early access. While on this, it's the movement. But the movement in this is not slow. That's not what I'm saying. The movement is good in this. Really responsive. And in the early access, it's hard to say what the problem with the movement is. There is some sort of problem with it. But it's hard to say what it is. Like, it feels like an inconsistency in how well the character stays on its feet. That's how it feels like. But I can do this jiggle on the demo. On the early access. That I can do on the demo. Like, I can trust that my player model doesn't fall in this way better than I can trust in the early access. And sometimes now I got it. So sometimes in this demo there's the squatting bug on the arena. At some point of the arena, when you walk past it, the character squats. And when you restart the game, the bug fixes. So I feel like there's... In the early access there's that bug, but it's in like many spots of the arenas. And the balance might actually be better than in this. But it just doesn't show, because there's so many spots that have that weird issue with movement. But they have compensated it with the balance. Yeah, the point they have about the changes being gradual to them, and for us they are like immediate, is a good point. Because it does change how, like, what aspects you notice. Overall, I'd say the direction is good. I think there's the same movement bug that sometimes comes to this game in the early access, and it's way more frequent in that. The squatting at certain point of the arena. I think that's the whole issue with the movement. Pretty often in when you play the tourney, in the final 2 fights, like, there starts being hard movement in the second final one, and on the final one there's pretty often issues in movement. But I could restart the game during the tourney. That might be a way to fix it. Okay, yeah, that's the conclusion. I say the biggest thing is the Abyss. We need the old Abyss back. We need the old Abyss back. That's like the new Abyss sucks. It sucks. There's nothing else. Like, it just sucks. Zombies are not fun to fight against. The bosses in the gauntlet, in the demo mode, being part of the Abyss, insanely cool stuff. If we can just have the old Abyss back in the early access, that's it. All the other stuff they can work on, but please just put the old Abyss back fast. I'm missing that so much. Yeah, that's the stream for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this awoke some ideas what you agree and or disagree about in the differences in early access and demo. If you have something to say, please comment, like on the VOD that's being saved on YouTube. I will discuss if someone drops some opinions. I will discuss all of them on the next stream on Monday, which is the next scheduled stream. On weekend, I'm trying to stream Enshrouded, but on Monday we get back to Halfsword, and I'm going to address all of the comments if such comments get dropped. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.